So in this video we are going to clean the cylinder head, the piston head I mean. Remove the sealing here, remove it, clean the surface to get the new seal on when we receive it. But I have to say something, bear in mind, I am not a mechanic. I am an interior architect, and so everything I do here, I do it not to teach people how to do it. It's not a how-to video, it's just how I do it. So it's a disclaimer. So don't take me on that. But now this is part 3, I guess, of the Briggs & Stratton motor. So let's crack on. So we are going to clean the surface here and the piston head here. So this is the before. I film it good to see how it becomes afterwards. So now I'm going to try to get the piston head a little bit lower so I can fill the gap between the piston and the cylinder to protect the piston rings and the gap there to prevent from getting any dirt inside. So that should be enough. It's a little bit lower like this. Now we can fill the gap, and we are going to do that with a small cord, and we are going to soak this in oil, and then we are going to put that between the piston and the cylinder to fill the gap so that no dirt can go inside. So the little cord is soaked in oil. Now I am going to try to put it in between to fill the gap between the cylinder and the piston, but that doesn't seem to be easy. But what is not easy has to go, has to be done also. I have to take my time. and I will show you the result when it sits in place. This is a trick that I learned from Alex from Legit Street Cars. He did it with a cord that had some wax on it. I would rather have some oil on it. So that is my interpretation of what Alex did. I will come back to you when it sits inside. So the little cord sort of sits. It doesn't fit perfectly, but it sits. So now we can start cleaning the surface, and afterwards, when that is done, I have to protect this hole here also. But when that is done, we can vacuum this, bring the cylinder up and clean the cylinder head. So the first step is done. The sealing of the seal, or the seal is peeled off. So now we have to clean it from the RTV that is around, and we are going to do that with some WD-40 and some Scotch-Brite. To this surface. So the surface is completely clean. Now we bring up the cylinder head a little bit more, and we are going to clean it. The carbon has to come off. Let's do it. This is the result, guys. Very clean head, very clean cylinder, piston head also. I am stoked with the result. And now that that is done, it is time to clean the valves here and also this surface. Let's do that. So we cleaned the surface completely. Here inside, the valves are as clean as it can get. We blew them out from the other side with brake cleaner. And now I'm going to clean this channel here completely with brake cleaner, and then it is ready. I have an issue with the fuel lines. I would like to change the old ones with some new fuel lines, because the old ones are cracked. But now I come to this one here. You see this one is cracked, and also there. But where it sits on the fuel tank, there is a clamp that I just can't reach. So Now I'm looking to get the tank a little higher here. I have to unscrew it here and try to get it higher so that I can get under here and loosen that clamp so that I can put the new fuel line on it. So let's try that. So I pushed it a little bit higher and you see the clamp there. I think I can reach it. Now when I remove that fuel line, the fuel will come out. So that is why I'm laying a cloth here, and I have to be very quick to put the new line on. I have it ready here, clamp on top, and it is blocked so that the fuel can't come out here. So let's try to do that. I had to use one of these clamps here because it wasn't leak free. They weren't strong enough, those clamps. So you see that one was leaking, and I hope that that one on top won't leak. I will have it sit so for a night and see if there are any drops coming out, but I hope it is leak free now. Okay. This is the next day, and as you can see, it is bone dry, so it didn't leak this night. Everything is completely dry, like it should be. No leaks in the system. Everything is bone dry. In the meantime, I cleaned the surface for this gasket here. Now I have to do it on the other side, and then we can put that part of the motor together. We can reassemble that part, but we have to wait for this gasket here that will come in the week to come, and then we can put the complete motor together again and see if it runs like it should. So now I'm going to start cleaning that side here. It usually takes me 1 hour to do it very thoroughly. We'll see how long that it will take, and then I will come back to you. The weather is fine, so we can do the cleaning outside. Let's start. So I will come back to you when it is done. I will let you know how long it takes. I guess my techniques are going better. It took me some 45 minutes, so it's a lot quicker than the other side. I will show you. See? It looks great. We are a step further in the cleaning process now, and I'm going to clean the inside from dirty old oil and debris, and I'm going to clean it. And let it come out into this cloth. See, there's a lot of dirty old oil that has to come out. Some more. Has to come out like so. So that's a lot cleaner. I nearly got it all. A little bit here. So that is pretty good. Now I'm going to use a little bit WD-40 to lubricate it a little bit again, and then I'm going to wipe this off, but it has to be lubricated a little bit, like so. Like so. And that has to come out. Also, but now the surface is a little bit greasy. It is a little bit lubricated. And clean. Okay. We're going to wipe off the excess. The excess, like so. Like so. That's okay. Okay. So now I have some motor oil for this engine here, and I'm going to put back the lifters. See that they are clean, like so. And I'm going to lubricate it with that same oil that they will have when they are inside. The difficult one below. I don't see it. I don't see it. Okay, here we are. And to the right place. And it's in. Then the second one, here we have it. See that it is clean also. So, and a little bit of lubricant. And back inside. So these are back on their place. Now we are going to place the camshaft back and see that it is clean also. And do some fresh lubricant on it. And put it with the markings that are here and inside, put it together. Lubricant, lubricant, lubricant. And on the teeth, the axle, some lubricant. Okay. And now let's see if we can put it together. Like it should. Yes, it fits really well. I will show you. See, with the marking of that teeth between the teeth of the camshaft. And that's how it should be. Okay, that is that. I cleaned all the screws. I removed the thread lock. Now I'm going to degrease this surface where the gasket has to come, and also on this side here I'm going to degrease it so that tomorrow I can put the gasket that I have here on it, and at least I can close this part of the reassembling. You see that the governor is back on, sits here, the teeth between the teeth of the camshaft, and the pin here where it has to sit, so that's okay too. We're nearly done with this part here, so the rest is for tomorrow. So now, before closing it, we are going to put the new gasket on. like so. But to make it sit a little better, I am going to put some thread lock on it, on the surface. Not a strong thread lock, but the soft thread lock. Medium strength. Like so. Close it immediately. And let it everywhere. Very thin, not too thick. It doesn't have to go inside. So this should be good. Now the gasket on it. This should be better. It should stay put. And it does. It does better indeed. Like so. So, and before putting up the other part here, I'm going to lubricate this where the seal comes. Where the seal sits around here, around the axle. Like so. And now we should be able to put this back again, back on. Let's see, it should be fit like this. And also some lubricant, some oil around the seal here. So, very carefully, like so. And now I'm going to use a very small screwdriver to help the seal fit around the axle. Without damaging it, otherwise it will come open and the spring in the seal will come loose. Doesn't sit right. It doesn't sit right. What is wrong here? It doesn't sit right. Okay. That is better. That is better. You have to guide the seal around the axle. And then with a rubber hammer, and keep looking if the seal doesn't come up. Keep looking if the seal is fitting around the axle. Keep following it. Looks okay. How come it doesn't want to fit? Jesus. Seal is still good. And it sits. It sits flush. So, now we can put the screws in. That rubber hammer is losing some little pieces. I don't want it inside here. So let's wipe that away. Like so. That looks pretty good. Okay. Now we can put the screws in. with a little bit strong thread lock on it. So a bit of strong thread lock on it. Like so. There are still some thread locks, old thread lock in the block. I can feel it, the screws don't go easily in the thread, but they do fit. I'll come back to you when they are all in. So now we are going to screw them in the order that it should along the scheme here. So this is number 1 here. We're not yet going to torque them, but we are going to do it hand tight, a little bit more than hand tight, and then we are going to torque them. Just snug to begin with. That is snug, that's number 1. Then number 2 is this one here. Yes. The old thread lock is bothering me, but it's inside the block, not on the screws, because I cleaned them. So that is snug. Now number 3 is this one here. That one goes better. Snug. Number 4 is this one. Snug. Number 5 should be this one, yes. And the thread lock is bothering me again here. They were very heavily thread locked, but I couldn't clean it inside in the block. That is number 5. Okay. snug. Then number 6, where are you? 6 is this one here. Oh, that's going difficult. Need to take it out again. Oh, that is not normal. I will come back to you when they all sit snug. So we have to torque them to 25 Newton meter. I have a torque range, but that goes to 40. This one can handle 25 Newton meter, but it is not that precise. So let's try it. It's in 0. In the same order as we did before. Number 1 is this one. 225, 20. That should be good, that one. Then, number 2 is this one. Twenty. Still not 25. Still not 25. This is 25, exactly. That's number 2. And 25. Okay, they're all done. All torqued to the right spec. That's okay. So now we can put the gear of the oil pump together. First of all, this one, this piece, lubricated a bit. Like so. clean and put it in like so. That's number one. Number one is done. Now we can take the axle, see that it is clean. A little bit lubrication on it, like so, and put it inside and turn it until it sits down. Then we can take that last piece here, see that it is clean. And lubricate it a little bit with fresh oil, like so, and then try to put it on that axle so that it will sit in the gear, in the bigger gear that was put in before. But that is not easy. Like so. Now it sits. Okay, that is that. A little bit fresh oil on top of it. And then we can put the cap on. See that it is all the dirt off it, the dirt off of it, like so. No dirt on the seal. Like so. Still a little bit dirt here. To get it out. Great success. Great success. Like so. Okay. Then a little bit of fresh oil on it. On the seal. Like so. And then try to see how it fits. There's only one way you can do that, and I have it for the first time right. I will come back to you when it is on it. So now we just have to wait for this gasket so that we can put that on the cylinder head here, and then put the motor back on the mower. So the last part is in. It is for the cylinder head, this gasket. And I have the impression that this one is double the thickness of the old one. But that could be, of course, that the old one is compressed by sitting there more than 10 years. But this is a genuine Briggs & Stratton gasket and it seems very solid. So let's crack on with reassembling and try to get the motor ready for mowing again. So first of all, I'm going to blow out the screw holes with compressed air so that is clean. That is that. And then the holes on the block. Like so. So, that is that. And then I'm going to degrease the surface where the gasket has to come on both sides. And then I can put the gasket on and the head on the cylinder. Some brake cleaner to degrease the surface. All around. I already did that once, but you never can do it good enough. There's always coming some grease off, see? It's getting better. That should be good for this part. Now I'm going to clean the other side. This one. That's pretty clean already. Like so. Now we can take off all the paper towels. Clean around the cylinder head. So take this one out here also, like so. Looks all right. Some dirt in it. Let's clean that. going to blow that out again. That is better. That is better indeed. Okay. Should be good. So now we can put the gasket on and do the next step. Like so. Gasket is on. Now the other part, take out the towel from the spark plug hole, and the surface was cleaned, and now we can put it on top of the cylinder carefully. Like so. That sits like it should. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws. Put them in. Begin to turn them by hand. I will come back to you when they are all sitting in. So now we are going to torque them. 220 foot-pounds of torque. That means 25 Newton meter. Let's do it. Start here. $25. So I will come back to you when I did them all. So now all the screws are torqued to the right spec. We triple checked it and that is okay. Now we can put the push rods back in place. The lower one is for the intake valve, sits here, and the steel one is for the exhaust valve. Sits on the other side, so that is like it should. Now we have to put on the caps here. Okay, this is one, like so. And this is the second one. Valves back on top, like so. They won't fall off. So I put it on top dead center. I filled it here with a wooden thing, and the intake valve should be at 0.10 millimeters. So let's try to do that. That's too tight. This is too loose. In between, with a little bit resistance, like so. This should be good. A 16 and a torque screw to fasten it, like so. Check it. Yes, a little bit resistance. Okay, then 15 millimeters, 0.15 should be here on the exhaust. A little bit resistance, like so. Too tight. This should be right. Let's fix it in this position, like so. So this should be the right. Let's check it. Control here. A little bit tight. Ah, okay. A little bit resistance. That's perhaps a little bit too tight. No, that's good. Then the 15. 0.15. It doesn't go in between anymore. Not good. Do it again. Loosen it, okay. 0.15 on the exhaust. That is better. Like, can I go in between? It's very curious. Too tight. This is better. It has to be correct. A little bit of resistance, like so. Okay, that should be right. Check it again. 15, a little bit resistance. 0.15, 0.10. Little bit resistance, that's okay. Now we turn it around. Exhaust valve goes down, comes up again. Intake valve goes down, comes up again, and now it should do that thing on top. Comes down a little bit and goes back on top. Okay. Top that center, a little bit over top that center like so. Then with a little bit resistance, that is okay. Then the 0.15 for the exhaust with a little bit resistance, that is okay. Off camera I did some oil on the push rods. So now I'm going to degrease the surface where the gasket should sit, and also here, and clean it inside also. Gasket on. That is still good. Like so. And then we can put this back on with the serial number on top here. Okay. Screws. Like so. So, right in the hole. And start turning them by hand, so that we are sure it catches the thread. I will come back to you when it is fastened. So they're all on and fastened like they should. So now we only have to clean the spark plug that is still dirty, and I'm going to order a new one also, but I can start with this one because this is still a good one. Just I have to clean it, and then put everything back on the motor here, and Then we are going to clean the things here a little bit and grease it where it should be greased. And then we can put the motor back on and see if everything works like it should. So the assembling part is going to its end, and I'm not mad about it. Now, before putting the motor back on the frame, I would love to take the oil filter out. It is a new oil filter, but it has there's a possibility that it has that dirty oil in it, oil mixture with gasoline. So I would love to empty that if possible. So there's not much in it, but what's in it has to come out. Okay, that's, I thought there should be more, but it's not much, so that's okay. And now we can put it back on. And tighten it. So that should be enough. See, that is not much that is inside here, but every little thing helps. So let's try now to put the motor back on the frame, if that is possible, because it is very heavy. I don't know how to take it for the best. I also don't know how I took it off, but let's try it. Oh. That is in the way. Now it has to come out again. It has to come out again. So I have to turn this here the other way, like so. Otherwise it will not go inside. this has to be out of the way. Like so. And let's try it again. The axle inside there. And it is still in the way here. How does that go? It has to, like so. And then underneath this cable, it has to be underneath that cable. Come out again. Turn it down, like so, under the cable, and the axle back in the hole. Yes, now it sits on its place. And now we can assemble all the things around the motor like it should. Okay. Motor is back on the frame, and now some cables that has to be attached, some covers, and then the spark plug when it is cleaned. And when all that is done, we can try to start it and we'll see if it works. So let's try to start it. Open the gasoline. So put it on choke. I hope that the battery is strong enough. Let's try it. Battery is not strong enough. I will have to take a stronger battery. I hooked up a bigger battery and some start cables. So let's try this. It starts not good. Now that the mower is repaired, we did mow everything here. I did also the sidewalks. We mowed this part here, around the house. And here we have the tracks of my grandson driving with my son's electrical car. We mowed this part here. And we mowed this part here around the carport. And in the back. And we mowed this here. We mowed this complete part here. See where we had to throw the grass. So we mowed all these parts and completely around here. And the grass was really high, and all these things we mowed in just 1 hour. Approximately, I think, 1 hour. Without the mower getting hot, without throwing some blue smoke, no smoke at all. And I have to say, it didn't smell like before. So it burned the fuel like it should. See, it is completely wet right now. It rained this night. I even did some parts here where the grass was very high and it could mow it also. So you see, it is repaired. See? So, thank you all for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, let me know in the comments below. Find us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.